I'm going to win a lot of friends, I know. This is great. My next rant is actually about our world in general. I've been watching a lot of hard movies, and I don't mean hard like they're, tough or whatever. I mean that they're hard subject matter. It's hard to stomach. Movies like Bowling for Columbine, Fahrenheit 9/11, Super Size Me, The Corporation, and Inconvenient Truth, even Penn and Teller's bullshit shorts are phenomenal. These fine films pull no punches and tend to dump a lot of hard facts on you, right? I don't even care if Michael Moore is off in some of his data. The big picture is important. So I feel the world is in danger now more than ever. I know I walk down the street and I feel safe. I sleep comfortably at night and the sky is blue and I have plenty of drinking water. That's fine, but that doesn't mean there isn't a lot of evil prevalent in our world. That's why I feel these films are important and should be mandatory watching for everybody. Even if you realize things just a little more clearly and go back to your normal life, that's great. As far as corporations go, they're like cancer. They form, they create this entity which is considered like a human. It has rights, it can sue, and it can be sued. But it isn't held accountable, and not a single person in the entity is, which is terrible. They set up and basically able to take as much money and as fast as they want. They have all sorts of tactics to bilk money out of the common man, and they care little of the consequences. A corporation starts out, and they are in the red. They are out of the red, in the black. Oh, okay. A corporation starts out, and they're, out of the red. They're making money, They don't say, well, the company's doing okay, let's give some extra money back to the employees or to the public. They say, how much can we manipulate every aspect we control to make more money? When the company makes millions, it doesn't say, oh, I've had my fill, believe it or not. It gets greedier. They start cutting all kinds of corners to make their stock go up a fraction. Millions? Why not billions? There literally is not a limit to how much money they want to make. If every fast food company turned into McDonald's and they were pulling in trillions a year, they would still find ways to increase that. It's stupid. Really makes me sick to my stomach. How much is enough? The money isn't recirculating. It's stuck in a company's hands and it's dead-ended, not counting what they've invested in other business transactions to make even more money. Another sad truth is that corporations are basically more powerful than the government, so they can pay off or coerce anybody they need to so they can keep this sick cycle going. If by some miracle things could be changed, well, I think corporations should be restructured. They should make someone responsible for everything that goes wrong, right? To ensure that a company makes enough money to stay afloat and then give some back. To limit the amount of pollution and CO2 they produce, they have to pay to clean it up, that type of thing. And make sure that any normal human can sue the company and they can't decide, the company cannot pick their lawyer, like they get a randomly assigned lawyer. Randomly determined for both parties. That would be the best way. No more slave labor, no more, Gap making 5,000 sneakers at $1 an hour or something stupid like that. You have to be able to look at your employees in the eyes, like face to face, and not feel like a bag of crap. Everyone should be more responsible with the environment too. It doesn't take a genius to carpool. I'm talking to you, asshole. Sorry. Reduce emissions and buy only foreign cars. American cars are dog shit. Please go through your house and turn off everything you aren't using. I do it every time I get up to go get a drink or whatever. I look around the house, make sure that everything's off. If I'm bored, I need to stretch, I do that. I just pick up the dishes and I clean, turn everything off, all that. Just, because if everybody did that, think about it, we would have no problems with power. We've solved our electricity problems, easily. And I'm obsessive compulsive and I hate waste. We sort our garbage even though it takes a whole 1 extra minute to do. I know, right? What a pain in the ass to actually work for another bunch of seconds to make it easier to recycle. Damn. Turn off the goddamn TV and go for a jog 2 times a week for 10 minutes or more apiece. That's fucking nothing. It's not hard and it keeps you healthy. Sitting in front of the tube isn't a solution. I know anyone that knows me will say, oh yeah, video games are much better, right? Well, they are. They're interactive and you have to be able to focus to win. It asks you to participate and you're not a passive observer. So, in effect, I do approve of video games because, you're not just sitting there watching. You have some kind of power over what happens. And they are proven to make you smarter, but then again, they do retard your social skills. I know that more than anybody. Retard. We could also put human rights above everything else instead of money. I don't mean ending genocides in a... Wait a minute, did I write that right? And I'm not talking about genocides, which should be ended anyway. I mean people you deal with on a daily basis. If somebody cuts you off, but no one gets hurt, and the cars aren't damaged at all, is that worth road rage? I would say no, but a lot of people out there are too immature to be driving. They flip out, follow the guy home, and beat his head in. Sometimes they're in the wrong, and they just do it anyway. Everyone has been cut off, or I've cut someone off. I know I've done it. I can count the number of times on probably 2 or 3 fingers I've been an asshole. But I've been cut off more than I've cut people off. I've been cut off dozens of times, and I've never flipped anyone off. I barely even used my horn. I really haven't even. No, wait, I was just repeating the same thing. As long as everyone is still fine, like as long as nobody's hurt, I really don't see it as a problem. Not only on driving, even though that's a big one, but it's how you deal with other people. I believe that I should be able to do what I want and let others do what they want until it comes to me. When it involves how others treat me, it's not their decision anymore. That's where the line is drawn. I'm talking about like bullies and shit like that. Where they end and I begin. They lose their ability to do what they want, and I won't tell other people what to do either, unless they're hurting others, and that's different. When someone decides to put their own self ahead of somebody's feelings, that's when somebody should fight back. I mean, when you cannot. What I mean is that you cannot speak ill of me, demand things of me, push me around, or coerce me. That shit just shows you aren't growing up and still have that high school mindset. You are totally out of control and are grasping at straws. I think I don't know what I'm talking about in here. I was just ranting about whatever. Push me back. If I had my way, Batman would cave your head in, but believe me, letting everyone do what they want, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying I'm like Gandhi because people would push me around in high school, and I just let them do it because I so firmly believe everyone should do what they want that I didn't fight back. Oh, I wanted to hurt people really bad, but I never did. Oh yeah, it's the guy that never freaks out. You should really be worried about because he takes it all and never says a word, and you never know when he'll snap and make it a multiple homicide. He'll freak and make sure the world is very, very sorry. Kill slowly with a pair of nail clippers. That takes days. Trust me. Bring lots of sponges. I honestly believe that we need to have a no-tolerance stance with all issues, like companies that rip everyone off, that jerk that won't leave you alone, the polluters should all get stiff fines, flogged, whatever. I'll make sure they never do it again. Destroy the companies that do wrong. Speaking of which, I think John Q. Public should stand up for whatever is right. A company can only bilk what we decide to give them. There are too many companies in the world, so I propose everyone at least signs a thing to make sure that they never use said company, stores, services again until they dry up and die. I propose we ostracize the Gap, anything Exxon, any cigarette companies, Nike, EA, any celebrity scents or clothing lines, basically any company who has never given anything back to the world and had their hands anywhere near slave labor. I don't care if it's 20 years ago. I refuse to give a cent to any of those jerks. If enough people did the same, we would see the Gap's forehead just start to sweat. Then we publicly state we are cutting it off, and they go under. Other companies decide it's time to kiss our asses because they only exist because of us. Fuckers. Okay, I'm done now.